A steady approach. Don't need to come any more quickly than they are at the moment. They're off. Starter Lee Jones sends them on their 3.5-mile journey in the Oddschecker Grand National trial. Up among the early leaders, Apple Away in the gold and yellow, not quite as quick through the air as one or two of those around her. Man, last year's winner in the purple and yellow, is towards the rear. He jumped a little out to the left at the first, and there are almost a line of 4 approaching the second. Apple Away is bang up there once again, with Val Dancer on the left, and Man was untidy at the second. Wasn't completely convinced of the first couple of fences as they move on fairly sharply to the third. Val Dancer on the left, Gallia de Lito one from the right, Apple Away between them, then Jubilee Express in the dark blue and white, the hooped sleeves. Famous Bridges towards the far side. A little break to Royal Pagaille under Sean Bowen in the Susanna Ritchie silks of pink and green, ahead of Yearman, and Keepmaker and Fontaine Collonges out wide of the final pair as they complete the jumping up the straight for the first time. So those first 4 fences came in relatively swift succession. An opportunity now just to draw breath and sort themselves out into some sort of racing formation with 2 circuits of the Haydock chase course ahead of them, and Gallia de Lito puts her head in front, rounding the paddock turn, to Val Dancer racing in second, and then Apple Away in the central line of 3 with Famous Bridge on the inner and Jubilee Express a little wider. Man meanwhile races on the near side of Royal Pagaille, and Geatmaker, the white and red silks in turn, is on the near side of Fontaine Collonges. Setting off across the back straight for the first time and approaching the 5th, and Gallia de Lito is striding on a little now. Just been allowed to extend her advantage without expending too much energy. It was a fairly even pace around the bend. Gallia de Lito jumping soundly over Val Dancer, Apple Away and Famous Bridge in the first time cheekpieces on the near side. And Jubilee Express, Royal Pagaille racing towards the far side, tracked by stablemate Fontaine Collonges. Again, the leader jumping soundly. Keepmaker and Yearman continue to be held up, and they're moving steadily towards the end of the first mile. Gallia de Lito over Val Dancer. Royal Pagaille is going a bit closer in the early part of the race. On the far side of Apple Away, they now dispute third. They in turn are followed by Famous Bridge and Jubilee Express. Penultimate fence in the back straight on this occasion, and about half a dozen lengths covering them. On towards now another open ditch. This is fence 9 of the 22 they're scheduled to leap on the way round. Gallia de Lito. Keepmaker has dropped the rear, and he's a little cautious there as well, just a couple of lengths off them. Fontaine Collonges meanwhile is last but 1, and Gallia de Lito leads them left-handed over Val Dancer. Man has gone up through the field now, just about pokes his nose into third. Royal Pagaille wide, and then Famous Bridge back on the inner of Jubilee Express. Apple Away lost her position down the far side, and she's now in the last group of 3, the gold silks for Derek Fox, racing up sides Fontaine Collonges, who's away to the left on straightening, and Keepmaker is last of all. And now they're into the last 2 miles and approaching fence 10. Gallia de Lito with a big lead from Val Dancer on the near side, and Keepmaker again in last place was slow, rather ballooned it, as Val Dancer puts it up to Gallia de Lito. Another open ditch. Man is up between the leading duo, Royal Pagaille on the left jumping well, and then Famous Bridge to Jubilee Express in the middle of the pack, the dark blue and white ahead of Apple Away, and a small break to both Fontaine Collonges and Keepmaker, and they're approaching the halfway point. Gallia de Lito out jumping Val Dancer there, and Jubilee Express had been slightly put off by Val Dancer, but he scattered the birch in behind, and Gallia de Lito leads them on towards the 13th before a further circuit. Man though coming alongside and jumped that particularly fluently. Keepmaker's jumping in rear continues to be less than convincing, as a consequence he's a little adrift, and they're now heading for the last 1.5 miles. So one more lap of the track, scheduled to jump another 9 fences. Gallia de Lito with only a narrow lead over Yearman as they swing the paddock bend once again. Welsh National winner Val Dancer is close up in third, the black cap, ahead of Famous Bridge in 4th. Royal Pagaille in 5th is in touch. A little break then opening up to the others. headed by Jubilee Express from Appleway, who was handy through the first circuit, but is now a good 10 lengths off the leaders, alongside Fontaine Collonges, and Geekmaker is yet to get competitive as a result of some rather laboured jumping so far. Galia Daily Toe then over Man as they approach the first of the fences in the back straight once again. This is the 14th. Little separating the leading pair, but Man pitched on landing and has unseated. Man has ejected Sean Flanagan from the saddle, and Galia Daily Toe is left clear with the attentions now of the loose horse. Val Dancer has inherited second with Famous Bridge on the near side. Sean Flanagan is on his feet, is none the worse walking away. Galia Daily Toe mildly inconvenienced there by the riderless Man. Into the last mile, Val Dancer has closed right up with Royal Pagaille wide. Famous Bridge on the near side is getting into it as well. Then Jubilee Express, Appleway, Fontaine Collonges, and a big break to Geekmaker. Penultimate fence in the back straight. They are just beginning to cluster a little, with the exception of Geekmaker, who continues to toil on but is remote. And this is now the 5th fence from home. Galia Daily Toe, Royal Pagaille jumping up well on the outer, and Val Dancer between horses. And now there are 3 in a line moving to the exit from the back straight. Famous Bridge in 4th stalks them. Jubilee Express is ridden along. Appleway is being asked to get a bit closer once again, having lost her position before halfway. Fontaine Collonges in the dark blue is just about in touch, but looks to be finding it hard work. And Geekmaker continues but is tailed off. So heading back towards the straight, the last half mile, and the final 4 fences in the Oddschecker Grand National Trial. Galia Daily Toe, a Val Dancer on the near side of this stage looking threatening. Royal Pagaille beginning to wilt, it would seem. Famous Bridge in 3rd, Appleway improves to go 4th but is now ridden. And Val Dancer, the Welsh National winner, moves on from Galia Daily Toe. But here's Famous Bridge getting right into it in the Hemmings Racing Silk. Away to the left. Val Dancer better through the air there than Galia Daily Toe, who hit it pretty hard. Famous Bridge goes 2nd, ridden along. Appleway moves into 3rd on the right. She's staying on. Still got 2 fences to jump. Val Dancer, Famous Bridge coming alongside, and Appleway joining in. There are 3 in a line, heading down to the 22nd and final fence of the National Trial. Famous Bridge in the middle puts his nose in front. Appleway could be the final challenger. Here's the last. Famous Bridge narrowly to Appleway. They've seen off Val Dancer. They've got a half furlong to go. Famous Bridge in a set of Famous National Racing colours is staying on very strongly, and it's Famous Bridge who wins the Oddschecker Grand National Trial for Nicky Richards. Back in 2nd,
Quinlan's just won the Grand National Trial on Famous Bridge in the famous colours of the late Trevor Hemmings. Many congratulations. How big a thrill is it winning in these colours, Sean?
Yeah, not only these colours, but for the horse, really. He was going really well in this race last year, and he unseated me, so to come back and win it this year is brilliant, you know, for Nicky and the Hemmingses, and just for keeping the faith in me and keeping me on the horse, you know.
It'd be a welcome tonic for Nicky, given that heavy fall he had on the gallop.
Yeah, he's back now, as you see. He was here today, and he was at Newcastle the other day, and I said to him, he won the bumper in Newcastle. I said, I was wondering why you were at Newcastle the other day. And but yeah, look, Nicky's horse in great form. Unfortunately, Nabwood unseated me in the first. He overjumped and stumbled, and we thought he'd run a big race. And look, this lad, he's always had the ability, you know, and it's the first time he was in a race with no weight on his back, with Royal Pagaille being in it, you know, so I really fancied him today.
What is it about the track he likes? It's course win number 3 now. Yeah,
I just think it's a real jumping track. You usually get yourself the heavy ground, you know, and he gets in a lovely rhythm around here, and as I say, as soon as he turns for home, he pricks his ears, and you know you've got a bit left.
2 questions. How important were the cheekpieces?
I had a long discussion with Nicky and Mick Meager, and we thought, like, the last day here, he never really travelled, and we just thought he's just lost. He like last year, he had a couple of tough races, you know. He'd been here for the Peter Marsh, Tommy Whitley, won both of them. He went to Cheltenham and ran a good race in the Handicap, the Ultimate, and he had 3 hard races. So whether he just lost his spark a little bit, and the cheekpiece just made him travel that little bit better.
Last question, what will springtime look like for this fella?
Yeah, as you know, winter, we haven't had a wet winter, so we're just hoping that we do get a kind of a wet springtime, and he'll probably go back for the Ultimate and then probably head for the Scottish National.
Magic. Great day today. I'm chuffed for you. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks very much, and thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.